Salutations, everybody. It is Matty here today.
Yes. Excellent, Bethesda. Excellent.
Thank you for delivering the goods during the anniversary of Fallout. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2023, we're getting a new update for Fallout 4 with a little bit of new DLC. Yes, really, Bethesda is doing it. We have something to look forward to in the Fallout universe, and I feel really good about that. So we're going to go through what Bethesda announced today to celebrate Fallout's 25th anniversary, which is a Fallout 4 next-gen update with some new bells and whistles that I think some of you are going to be pretty keen on if you liked Skyrim Anniversary Edition. I believe by the time this video goes live, we'll be at around or very close to 500,000 subscribers. So just a huge thank you in advance. I never thought I'd get this far. Not trying to say this to be sappy or anything, just I literally never thought I'd get this far. I had a lot of growing to do as a person, especially because I started this in my late teens, and my God, was I not a great person. But I've grown a lot as a person, as a creator, and just thank you. Thank you for embracing me. Thank you for giving me a chance. And what better way to celebrate than to talk about a new update coming to a game that really is at the center of my maturation as a creator, where when I first started with Fallout 4, I was a much different person. So thank you so much for being on this ride with me. Let's talk about Fallout 4. Please join up if you are new. Consider subscribing. Now, let's begin. So Bethesda made a number of announcements for things coming to the Fallout world that you may or may not know about. I want to make sure I cover those first, just briefly here. First and foremost, if somehow you have watched my channel, but you do not own Fallout 3, this is your opportunity to go get it for free and enjoy what I think is a top 3 game of all time. Fallout 3 is available for free on the Epic Games Store. You can get it up until October 27th. So if you are watching this right now, you will be able to go ahead and get it. If you're watching this after the fact, you will not be able to. This is the Game of the Year edition, so it does include the full game alongside all of its DLC expansions. Again, this is an exclusive offer on the Epic Games Store. Next, they showed off a customized Fallout controller using Xbox Design Labs. I would personally be about this. My Fallout simping ass would be all over this if they had like a Vault Boy on it, or I don't know, the 25th anniversary logo, but just this color coordination. It says Fallout to me, but it doesn't say Fallout on the controller. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's got this color scheme, but there isn't the Fallout imagery that I'd be looking for. So I'm going to pass on this, but I thought maybe some of you out there, especially I know my Xbox audience loves their customizable controllers. Maybe you'd find this interesting. So if you are looking into that, you can get it over at Xbox Design Labs where they customize controllers. Last but not least, well, actually, definitely least, but anyway, we're going to talk about Fallout 76 briefly because I have to understand and respect that there is an audience there that does like this game, that does keep up with it. There is a 25th anniversary DLC pack available for those who are playing Fallout 76. So not only will you get things like lunch boxes and bubble gum, but you're going to get the Vault Boy portrait, a shooting target suite, and a Lincoln Repeater lever action skin. Xbox fans who are active Game Pass subscribers can also pick up the 25th Anniversary Edition bundle for themselves with the Game Pass perks beginning on October 27th all the way up until December 27th. I don't know why a game like 76 is staggering out perks for a game that desperately needs more relevance, but I digress. That is available for those of you who are interested. For me, and many of you out there, what we're interested in is Fallout 4. So we had Fallout 4 60 FPS via FPS boost here on Xbox platforms, and we thought that would pretty much be it moving forward, but Bethesda is deciding to take a step in the right direction, I think, by supporting PlayStation fans as well and getting a next-gen update available for Fallout 4 in 2023. Now, we don't have a necessary time window for any of this. We just know it's next year at some point, and we'll talk about what this means maybe for Starfield, if anything at all. But first, let's read. Prepare for the future. A next-gen update is coming to Fallout 4. Coming in 2023, this free update will be available for Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows PC systems, including performance mode, features for high frame rates, quality features for 4K resolution gameplay, bug fixes, and even bonus Creation Club content. Now, they don't go all out with the details here, but we can pick this apart a little bit and discuss deeper. First and foremost, this is great news primarily for PlayStation fans. If you were already on Xbox platforms, you have FPS boost, you had that higher frame rate available to you. But PlayStation fans, historically speaking, have aged pretty poorly when it comes to Bethesda Game Studios games, dating back to things like Skyrim with the horrible state of that launch, or even Fallout 3. Remember the video I posted about the 10 penny tower curse? That is still a thing for Fallout 3 on PS3, but I suffered through all of that so I could get the platinum trophy. I digress. Fallout and PlayStation don't get along too well, so I think a next-gen update is the least Bethesda could provide for PlayStation fans to continue to enjoy this. Now, we don't know if this means that there will be like a separate trophy list or anything like that for a next-gen version of Fallout, because I know some people look into those types of things to give themselves an excuse to replay the game. Certainly, I'm guilty of that, but personally, I wouldn't expect it. Just based off the way Bethesda wrote about it and the way they took this at not the top but the bottom of the article, I imagine this is just an update that's going to lay over the top of the current Fallout 4 package. Perhaps what's most interesting for folks is the free Creation Club content. Now, I'm going to be very transparent here as always, and I don't want to hurt any of my modder friends' feelings here, but when I look at Fallout 4's Creation Club content compared to Skyrim's Creation Club content, it's night and day. I don't think it's even close. I am not a fan of really any of the Creation Club content, but as we saw with the Anniversary Edition, Skyrim managed to add new dungeons, some new ripples to the game in the terms of fishing, and given that we don't know what this bonus Creation Club content is, it's possible that Fallout 4 will get some new features and some new quests. But even in the gameplay you're watching in the background right now, you can see I'm doing the quest, and I put quests in very loose quotes, to get the Chinese stealth suit that you remember from Fallout 3. And going to get it is as simple as wiping out a couple of raiders and looting a chest. That is what a lot of the new items in Creation Club boil down to, is go here, kill this, get that, and it's over and done with. Pretty fitting for Fallout 4's quest structure, which oftentimes boils down to a shooting gallery, so I guess it's not too surprising. But at least in Skyrim, you got some pretty expansive dungeons, some longer storylines. You really felt like some additional meat was put on your game. Where here with Fallout 4, that's not the case. In fact, as I signed on to Fallout 4, you can see the Creation Club content here. And yeah, there's a lot of cosmetic packs. There's a lot of workshop packs. It is a totally different game from Skyrim, so I understand they're going to support it differently, but I don't think any of this is going to be particularly exciting. And I'm glad Bethesda's aware of that, because it shows that they knew how willing most people would be to pay for Skyrim, since they decided to charge money for Skyrim, but meanwhile, the package, at least on paper, is the exact same for Fallout 4. You get some new bells and whistles in the terms of frame rates and visuals, which is exactly what Anniversary Edition brought to the table for next-gen consoles. Oh, and you also got some Creation Club content. Cool. So all in all, I mean, it's exciting to see that Fallout 4 is getting support. I think a next-gen update is a really smart move by Bethesda, but it's not, in the terms of Creation Club content, when I look at it, anything that is going to really excite you. It may be enough to push you over the edge to get you into a new playthrough, because this is a bit timely. Right now, we know 2023, at least the first half, apparently, is the time for Starfield. Is it a good time to fire up a Fallout 4 playthrough before Starfield? Just get that Bethesda Game Studios goodness flowing through your veins? Perhaps. Now, I think the bigger question beyond, are they putting this out in 2023, perhaps early 2023, so that Starfield could get pushed back to the second half? I think that's a fair conversation to have. I've said it multiple times that I think you need to get Starfield right. If that means pushing it back one more time to the second half of 2023 to give it all the polish and shine that it needs, great. Good. I'm totally for that. And if that means that Fallout 4's next-gen update serves as a bit of a stopgap for us to distract us a bit and let us remind ourselves of how great BGS worlds are, then sure, I'm all for it. But I don't know if this next-gen update really indicates that that's something on the way. I do think it's possible. What I think most of you do want to talk about, and I do as well, is what does this mean for Fallout 3 in New Vegas? What does this mean for our lovely Fallout games that we feel have gone ignored for far too long? I don't think it means anything, sadly, because strangely, Bethesda held these announcements until the end of the month, and I don't really get why they chose this cadence of weekly announcements for the anniversary. especially because they never teased it was amounting to something big. If they were teasing it was amounting to something like we're going to have new announcements this month, then you get people talking. Obviously, that could lead to underwhelming people. We don't want that. But I think when it comes to Fallout 3 New Vegas, this does not indicate that they're going to get next-gen updates or remasters of any kind. I think this would have been the most sensible time to do it. And given that this is the last week of announcements, then I don't know when they'll do it next, if at all. I think if it ever happens, it's just going to be on a random Tuesday some week and boom, there it is. Cool. I just truly believe if Bethesda is to ever pull the trigger, we're never going to expect it, at least in my audience, because I think a lot of us, I don't want to say have given up, but we're sort of at the point now where we're thinking, okay, we're in the acceptance phase. It is what it is. We're probably not going to get it, but we will absolutely be loaded with joy and completely supportive of Bethesda if they are inclined to make that business decision. Of course, do I still want it? Yeah, definitely. I've made that abundantly clear, but I just feel like it's not in the cards right now. And that sucks because to me, that's the way you celebrate the anniversary, right? I've said it ad nauseum. That's the way you celebrate it. Not that I'm ungrateful for the Fallout 4 next-gen update, but I think the true celebration is something with a little more heritage, something that does take a little bit of effort, that ends up being a bit of a labor of love, but absolutely one that would print cash, you know? But I gotta respect one thing here. We talked a bit about respecting Obsidian's cycle with Fallout, and as much as I want more Fallout content, even if it's recycled Fallout content, I have to say that I do respect probably the fact, and I'm just assuming this is speculation, but I think it's safe speculation to say that Bethesda's going all in on Starfield. All hands on deck. And I like that because we don't have a release date and they're all hands on deck. So to me, that's encouraging. I'd like them to focus on the new thing, get that right, and set the standard moving forward. Perhaps they don't want to remind people of the buggy nature of their game. I don't know. Maybe the remaster's a chance to clean that up. Certainly they're bringing bug fixes here to Fallout 4, which that'll be interesting. That's long overdue. A lot of people want to be able to run around downtown Boston without the frames dropping. A lot of people want to be able to get all of those beautiful fixes from the unofficial Fallout 4 patch into the game. So I'm curious what they're going to bring to the table here. They're obviously going to have lots of new information to share about this next-gen update as we get closer to it. But I don't expect this to be the big to-do quite like Skyrim Anniversary Edition was. And it's probably because, you know, Skyrim, they were selling again. But I digress. I wouldn't expect more from the Fallout franchise moving forward. As much as I want that, I think they're going to focus on the television show. And perhaps that's why the next-gen update is dropping next year. You have that synchronization. You have the best possible version of Fallout 4 out there. And you want to have the audience prepared for when that show does drop. That's just a bit of my speculation, but we'll see how Bethesda handles it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, just my thoughts on this surprising announcement from Bethesda Game Studios. I'm curious as to what your thoughts are, so please let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Those links are in the description down below. And a big thank you to all the patrons, all the members who continue to support the hell out of the content here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.